I know a lot of you are very excited to see the world. Now, bear in mind that things have changed. A decent amount of change, actually. I haven't had an opportunity to stream for a little while. Things have been kind of crazy in real life. But, and to be perfectly honest, they've been kind of crazy on Eco as well, which has sapped some of my energy to stream Eco, as these things will sometimes happen. But let's go ahead and jump in and we'll have a bit of time to have a look around. I'm going to forgo immediately changing things, so I will check in on my shop, make sure that that is going. I haven't built the main shop at the main world. Hey, everyone. But this is my bedroom now. It's a lovely little space. I need to light my fires. Got little tallow lamps and stuff. Not much else has really changed. Look, don't ask questions, okay? You just have to jump over everything to get to the toilet, all right? Just accept that this is the way things are, or not. Maybe you don't have to. It's been a little while since I logged in. Again, things have been crazy. And as a direct result, time to log on has not exactly been on my side. But, you know, here we are. That will not really fit there properly. Thunk. Maybe, yeah, it's whatever. I have the means to build a kitchen. I still don't have a kitchen though, chat. My home is ultra bare bones. I just haven't had time to be on, and I didn't want to do a whole bunch of work on it when I wasn't streaming it. Let me check on my kiln. Has it got any? Yeah, it's got a little bit. Let's load her up some more wood if I can. Dunk. But I'm going to need to. Okay, yeah, I'm going to need quite a lot. I've got a steam truck as well. So yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing that may have happened. I have joined the Steam world. Yeah, things have changed. To be fair though, the only reason I have a Steam engine is literally because I logged in and my shop had done so well. I basically hoovered up a not insignificant portion of the economy. I was holding on to 300 silver clovers, which was a bit rough. And I needed to share that around. I needed to basically get that money back in circulation because that's how an economy works. If one person is holding on to it and is spend shy, then everyone suffers because no one can get that money that they really need to keep the economy moving. So I made a point of dumping a good amount of it into the market. And one of the biggest expenses I could do without having to walk over the place, finding just various different amounts here and there, was to just go ahead and buy a steam truck. We want some in there as well. Let's take 5 punk. And I need a little bit more besides if I can. Do I have any more tallow to load into the lamp? I might not actually. No, I'll need to set up some, make sure I've got some things going on with that. Now then, let's have a quick look. But yeah, there's a lot of like praise the meteor stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that's been going on. Some very, very big personalities, and when a lot of big personalities are in one place. Exactly what you think will happen when a lot of big personalities are in one place happens. So there's a bit of a strange mood going down, but nevertheless, things have generally actually been quite good, and a lot of people have been having a lot of fun. We've got, I think, at most it's got up to like maybe 80 people logging into the server. And this is my little truck full of bricks. I've loaded it up with many bricks. Now, we're going to be going on a bit of a journey, and the Blue Rogue, thank you very much for the 5 gift subs. That was incredibly kind of you. And once again, thank you so much, everyone, the Dappling community, for the enormous amount of generosity you've shown. It is so that nothing I could possibly say will sound, even to me, like it's sincere enough to fully express how I feel about all the support that I've gotten from the Dapperlings. It's beyond words. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, Before I go, I will mention a bit of a plan that I've got for this place, and that is to sink a tunnel through here and bring the shop down from up there to the tunnel layer. The tunnel will be wide enough for traffic to move back and forth for an actual road, so like 7 wide, 3 or 4 tall, something like that. And then one of the sides, there'll just be a little shop, and then the dwarven wares can be gotten from there. What? Why? I don't. What? Why? This redwood seems not to have all of its limbs. I think someone just came along and chopped down all the limbs. Maybe they had to. I'm not quite sure, but either way. Marissa, thank you so much for the 5 gift sub as well. That was incredibly kind of you. Diolch yn fawr to both of you. That's really, really kind. Thank you. Right. It's time for us to go on a big old tour of the world. I'm going to give you a quick look at what it looks like from here. Okay? There's a lot of stuff going down. There's a little trade place. There's all sorts of things. Nobodao village. Lots of food is available. Generally, just the server has become so much more developed in so many ways. So many ways. Ranger over there. We've got all kinds of stuff going on the different various continents. Of course, the over in most places are now connected with roads. Some of them are even electrified. We've got street lights and the likes. And then over here is the main town. As you can see, this is kind of bonkers. There's a lot of stuff going down all over the world in so many different ways. And it's really, really wonderful. Really, really wonderful. How is Leafing's area of pollution? I can show you. I mean, there's going to be pollution everywhere at this point. But I'll bring up pollution. First, air pollution. So you can sort of see. A little bit of slow down there. I'll connect in a moment. There we go, air pollution. So some places are pretty polluting, depending on what's going down there. Some roads will just have little spots of pollution just because there's a lot of vehicle traffic going on. Sandmans and Imhotep. Then this is I think one of Zangiri's areas. Ecological excavations industry. Some people have actually made a business out of taking people's polluting like tailings and stuff and actually storing it. How long have we got until the meteor strikes? And how close are we to stop? Actually, Mangapork, we're so close that there are talks of banning through laws the placement of the targeting computer required to shoot the asteroid down, so that the server has a bit more time to live. I'm not sure that's strictly necessary, because the server can just keep on going beyond the end of the meteor. There's no real reason to shut down to prevent the destruction of the meteor, but I do like the idea that it would be more of an event rather than you just log on one day and the meteor's gone and no one really knew about it. There were just 5 people on and they clicked the button. I like the idea of it being an event, so banning it for the time being until we can sort of decide on this is the end of the meteor day. I really like that idea. And then just keep on going for a while and see how long until the world dies. But as you can see, certain areas, the ones that aren't like fogged out, these areas are it's almost reverse of what you'd imagine, but these are the areas with air pollution. This is just air pollution we're looking at right now. Now you look into the main town, and you see decent amount. She Lab has got like a steam engine that runs some of her much more modern cooking stoves. Just generating a little bit. There's a little bit of air pollution because there's a bunch of oil rigs over there, and all sorts of bits here and there. And as you look down the actual main roads, the massive bridge projects, there's quite a lot of pollution there. It's quite a lot actually, and it's going to be the way. Now, if we want to look at debris. Now, for a lot of peeps joining the server, they don't understand how debris affects the world. It's kind of like oxygen not included. The more loose items around on the map, the more the simulation has to calculate about them. It's not quite the same here because it's not trying to track the heat transference in X many individual lumps of rock. In oxygen not included, you can have the loose items, but the larger the clumps of them you make, the less calculations the game is having to do about heat transference and stuff like that. Here, that's not necessarily the reason for it, but debris does cause problems. And as you can see, there's debris everywhere. little bits of debris all over the world. Even up on top of my mountain, there's a little bit of debris. And there's all sorts of little bits. Quite a lot of this is wood, like drop wood, from people cutting down trees and not knowing that they should chop up the remains and the stumps and stuff like that. Some of it is from loose rocks that people have mined, and they just couldn't find all the bits because they just kind of rolled down the mountain and it was gone. But you'll tend to see massive amounts of debris around areas where there has been a lot of logging, like a huge amount of debris around those areas. And that's largely because, as these trees fall, they cast debris around, and people don't always remember to pick it up. And sometimes it's just, that's when the game took the snapshot, was just in the time between chopping the tree down and chopping up the debris. The game took a snapshot and it's like, oh, there's this much debris. Oh my God, what the heck? It's not quite as bad as it looks, but there has been a massive drive to clear up debris in the world. And as a result, some of the lag has actually started to get a bit better. However, the in-game government interface, or rather I say in-game, the out-of-game government interface that is interfaced by the in-game government interface causes the most lag of anything else on the server. To the point where, as a consequence, we've moved government kind of powers outside of the game, and we do a lot of that through Discord, and then the admin powers are then used to push a legislation that has been voted off-site through the in-game government, and that's the way we're getting around some of the lag. It's not an ideal solution, but it is a solution that allows for some people to at least be able to play the game, because some people unfortunately couldn't play the game at all with the lag spikes. It was just destroying their internet connection. They were just dropping from the game constantly. Now, this is the one that everyone wants to see, and yes, Leafin is a massive polluter, but he is not the only polluter, and he. One of the things I'll say about Leafin is he's not actually trying to ruin the world. He's being a bit of a troll. Absolutely. He's living under a bridge. Absolutely. Every now and then, goats try to cross the bridge, and he has a bit of an epic battle with him, and every single time gets put down by the billy goat. And every now and then, a Christian man will walk across, will prick his finger on a thorny rose, and all of a sudden, Leafin will launch out of there, enraged by the scent of Christian blood. But sometimes, you go up there, and you expect some epic battle, some sort of bridge-related shenanigans, and you actually find a tiny little dude with a fluffy tail and massive, crazy, like, orange mohawks and huge eyes, just, taking care of stuff and just being himself. Leafin is being a huge troll, but he's just doing his own thing. It's not actually impacting the server the same way. And one of the things about the game is that it does kind of give you the impression that pollution is literally the end of the world. And it kind of is, if it gets out of hand. Like, there's pollution all over the place. Leafin isn't even the highest polluter. He just makes a point of being funny about it. He is a bit of a troll, but he's our troll. He's my troll specifically. So leave him alone, you scallywags. And there are some genuine issues. Like, pollution, is reasonable. There's some pollution around the world that we kind of want to deal with. But like I said, some people have made a business of building massive tailings tombs. And it's marvelous. Huge tailing tombs. And they will buy tailings off you. Or rather, they'll buy tailings off you for a negative amount. You can sell them your tailings by giving them money. And it's just like in real world. It's like SimCity 4, when you could pay your neighbors to take your trash because you didn't have a dump. It is marvelous. And they make it their business to store it as safely as they possibly can. You'll still end up with hotspots all over the place. But, they are what they are. And that is kind of bad, though. That's kind of terrifying. I'm fairly certain if you stayed at this long enough, you'd see the Eye of Sauron. Nevertheless, it's out of the way. It's not near any farms or anything like that, so it's generally okay. But we are seeing pollution rise. But by and large, the pollution in the world is manageable by the world. If we didn't have the amount of trees that we did, or the pollution was spread around, like if someone really wanted to be a bit of a scallywag, they would take tailings and they would leave one shovelful in a spot, and then they'd go a little ways away and then put another shovelful. Instead of putting all of the tailings in one spot and ultra polluting one place, which isn't necessarily going to do too much, they'd spread it out. And that would cause huge problems. I am not encouraging anyone to do this. That would be a scallywag thing to do. But that would actually kind of play into something. One of the things that I like about eco in general, that I'll touch on a little bit later. Player activity, we're probably going to see redonkulous amounts in the main town. And then away from the main town, just in the clusters here and there, hither and yon, so on and so forth. The roads, there's a decent amount of player activity in the roads as well. I know what happened there. Oh, it's fantastic. That used to be a road. That is no longer a road. But people were driving up and down it, probably taking the road up. And that caused that. This is something quite completely different. Someone's swimming across there. But you notice, there's no road. They're just like, look, the quickest route between A and B is a straight bloody line. And this is A, and this is B. And so I'm going to go in a straight bloody line. You can't argue with that kind of logic. Well done. Very well done. So, eco could be set up for a traitor to humanity. Yeah, no, you can actually, someone could genuinely cause some problems, and they've been, like I said, they've been shenanigans, and that's partially one of the reasons why I haven't streamed in a little while. It's very draining of energy, and managing things and liaising with the admins and just making sure that stuff isn't getting out of hand. There are big personalities, and as I said at the beginning, exactly what you expect would happen when two big personalities or many big personalities are all stuck in the same place at the same time happens. And it's part of the game. It's actually what I consider part of the game. But player trampled. Now, this is going to show how foot traffic and general traffic has damaged the world and is causing nature to recede. These sorts of places, the world won't work. We've trampled it, we've made roads and stuff, but in most of the world, it's okay. But these areas are hot spots for people. And wherever there are people, the rest of reality starts to withdraw. Trampled spread gives us a bit more of an idea of that, where there wasn't actually someone here, but the effects are kind of moving around, and then trampled some, and so on and so forth. But there we go. Yeah, there's all the pollution in the world for the people who wanted to see it. Now, would you like me to wander around a little bit and show you the world? If you do, actually, let me get out of the car so I'm not using up any of my precious coal. If you do, where would you kind of like to go? Should we do a bit of a tour? Like, we're up here. I can do a little bit of a tour of the villages nearby. I think that's probably the first thing I'm going to do. Oh, hello. Someone's backing up down there with a truck, a regular truck. Oh, yeah. Oh, is there might be a mine over here, I imagine. Would make sense. There's probably some items just back there that Gecko's using in the mountainside. One of the best places to put anything that's going to produce pollution is under a lot of rock. But yeah, we've got a truckload of brick that I want to deliver to a couple of peeps. And also an awful lot of things to see. We'll check out this immediate area around my home, and then we'll go for a little bit of a wander. And while we're doing that, we'll generally chat about eco. Now, the first thing I would like to know is how many of you in chat at the moment are actually playing on the server, and how many of you in general have played on the game. Maybe not on this server. Windmills all over the place. Now, unfortunately, I can't, it's not like I'm driving a normal car. I can't just slow this down and drive slowly. I drive at whatever, like, me driving is accelerating at all times. So, there's a certain degree of bumpiness involved in this. Now, I've got a steam truck. Other people have got more modern vehicles. Yeah. There's a little bit of a death curve there, but it's fine. There we go. Some massive stockpiles around the world now because people have got access to lumber stockpiles. There's a nice big old chunky ramp over there. Goes to some places where you can buy and sell some things. They're very useful in general. These are lumber stockpiles and they contain redonkulous amounts of resources. Yeah, it makes sense. Steam engines do not throttle well. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's actually a very, very good point. Now, do let me know if The sound of the steam engine is a little bit loud, but we've got oil there. I'm guessing seed oil by the looks of it. And actual roads. I'm not sure what the convention is here. The convention where I live is to drive on the left side. But if that is not the case on the server as a whole, then do let me know, and I will try and adjust. Hello, Wolfie. I see how it is. Elf, you left the body at my place, and now the inspector is here. Oh, that's fantastic. Tunk. I'm not authorized to do that on Gecko's property. Nevertheless, it's going to happen. Tunk. Get out of it. And yes, there are now diggers. Ashlar exhibit. Customer parking only. 2 trucks. Gecko Stoneworks. Barter offers accepted only. Major remodeling in progress. Watch your step. There are lots of wonderful, wonderful signs all over the world right now. And yes, there are modern trucks and there are modern things all over the place as well. So just make sure there's a JCB there with Future Planet expanding things out. Ashlar exhibit, next right. And roadwork ahead. Enter at your own peril. No thanks, I'm good. I'm going to park over here at Nobadow's kitchen. There's this... Oh, no. I'm doing the classic blunder. Chat. I'm parking head on. It's a little bit awkward because this is not a fully expanded road. Let's try and park properly. No, I'm a little bit... Not enough room. So try this then. Let's try and reverse park. Or is this meant to be another road? Either way, this is a parking spot for now, so it's a parking spot I'm going to use. There we are. Tunk. Yeah. Not too bad. A little bit close to that line, honestly. Yeah, actually, I need to straighten up. Look, it may be a game, but I'm going to take it serious, even though I don't drive in real life. That's how you get sloppy in real life. How's that now? That's a little bit better. I could probably straighten up a little bit more, but... There you go. Good. Third person can make it easier to park. Thank you very much, Walt. That sounds like giving up to me. No, that's actually probably amazing advice. Thank you. I hadn't even thought of that. I keep forgetting the third person is even a thing in this game. Okay, so we're at Nobadow's place. Ranger Reddick, you should never park like an arse, even if it is just a game. Indeed, I agree with this. Right, let's check things out. So this is a Nobadow's kitchen. I like it. Nice open plan. I love the railings there. That's fantastic. Got enter your own peril onto the bridge there. Yes. Got some nice big plant pots. Might even be some of my big plant pots. Thinking about it. That is a long way down. Thank goodness there's no fall damage in this game. Whoop. Huge amounts of storage all over the place. I'm loving the way the world is looking, by the way. One of the things I really like is how people are decorating the world more and more and more. We've got some sort of thing over here. What's this? Some sort of... It's a gate of some sort? It looks like it's actually a garage. Oh, that's fantastic. So they've got a garage down into their storage area. This is absolutely wonderful. Nobadow's Underground is scary. I'll check that out in just a moment. But yeah, the world is changing in a really big way. Ignore the steam truck on its head. I'm sure that's just a loading glitch and is not actually a sign of some shenanigans that have gone on. I'm fairly certain this is the case. Half-baked goods. Village restaurant and bakery menu. Huckleberry or meat pie. Fruit tart. Przok. I'm not sure. Well, that's tortilla bread. Oh, tortilla bread, sorry. Elk Wellington. Pineapple friend rice. Who's friend? I've got a feeling that this might be more of a dark Aavak village than I realized. These days, you can park in third person in real life. I've seen top-down 360 displays for parking. Yeah, I know, right? Some cars, wow. Yeah, well, mostly trucks I've seen that kind of stuff in. There's probably cars. I imagine that would be really useful for limousines as well. But yeah, I've seen some crazy parking sensors in trucks. Like bonkers parking sensors. It's at a point where I'm like, is this military grade radar at this point? What the heck? Someone flicks a coin in the new vicinity and the parking sensor picks it up and starts displaying it. It's like, what? Fairly certain they don't have this kind of resolution on missiles, much less than it should be on trucks. Basic salad, vegetable soup, simmered meat, and wildfire stew, crispy bacon. That's marvelous. So there's bakery ovens. You've got to have a certain tier of building to be able to put certain things in. Crispy bacon, elk, Wellington, sweet salad, customer parking. Oh, this is fantastic. I love it. I absolutely love it. So this is the parking. Ah, right. I get you. And some extra bricks there besides. Nice. Let's have a quick look at the prices. These are in silver clovers. There's quite a few people are still using barter economy. There are some people who are using silver clovers. And there's actually, I believe, a new currency on the market. I think they're called communist clovers. But if they are, they should be called comrade clovers. It's nearly 4 a.m. I'll hit the sack and hope you all have a nice time. Oh, take care. Thanks for dropping by. That is true. Missiles don't really need that kind of resolution. I mean, it depends on what the missile is built for. If the missile is for hitting other missiles, it probably does. If the missile is for, carrying large ordnance to a bunker, probably not. It is Comrade Clovers. Oh, that's fantastic. I approve on so many levels. But yeah. Look, the prices in the world are actually quite reasonable these days. Very reasonable. There's a bunch of scrolls there. Very nice indeed. Even some fur pelts available as well. That's actually rather lovely. Rather lovely, I must say. I'm loving what they did with the ladders in here, though. Using them as effectively as a kind of decoration. Let's head on down into the underground. Deep down in the underground. Oh, so many chests. So many chests. Oh, my lord. Massive storage bins. Humongous storage capacity. Egad. So it's at this point, though. You look into a place like this and you're like, wow, there's so much storage down here. They didn't even have time to actually build a room around it. They just cut a room out of the rock. It's at that point you start thinking, this feels more like an evil genius layer than an actual cook's storage area. Where is the laser? Where's the missiles? Where are the vats of mysterious meat? Shifty. Got all kinds of butchery bins in here. Got a steam engine there to power the various things. And we've got the modern kitchens in here, all powered by steam. Because you have to hook them up, obviously, to piping as well. Aavak, your comment about military-grade parking tech is correct, because at one point, it was. I have no doubt. No doubt. Not even slight levels of doubt about that. Yep. Okay. So that's Nobodow's kitchen. Very, very heart of any camp is the cookhouse, basically, and that's more or less what's happened here. This is a marvelous place. Now down here we've got a little bit of something going on, some sort of brickworks, I imagine. So we'll take a little trip down there and see what's going on. Then we are going to go and visit Leafin, maybe a couple of the plots around there as well. See what's going on around these areas. I'm not sure we're going to be able to make our way over there because it looks like it's a bit of a treacherous route, honestly. But maybe it might work if we went that way. We'll have to see. But so far, so good. We may head over this bridge as well. See a little bit of what's going down there, but there's not as traversable, I would say. So it might take a skip on that one until we get back to it. But I believe there is a battle ready. So before we continue on our world tour and a bit of a chinwag as we do it, I am going to go switch over to Stream Raiders. Let's see how the battle is going.